Who's in control right now? Is it a man's world? Are women running it? Is it a patriarchy, a matriarchy? What's going on in these streets as far as control? We're going to answer all those questions and more on today's lesson, When Worlds Collide. Let's get it in. So if you've watched enough of these videos, you've probably heard me talk about the outside world, the inside world, so that's what we're going to be going over today. What does that really even mean? But we're going to start with the outside world. Obvious, starting from the outside, going in. Plus, it's the one that most people think about when they think about the world that they live in. So the outside world is anything that deals with outside of your home. So that's going to work, running errands, dealing with acquaintances and work friends, things and people that you deal with outside of your house. Now, the outside world is cold. The outside world is about competition, it's about battle, it's about fight, and it is ruled by men. This is a man's world. So when I say ruled by men, I'm not saying that women don't have a place in the outside world, but what I am saying is that through nature and nurture, men are predisposed to be good at this aspect of the world. The outside world is a man's domain because it is based in battle. It is based in competition. It is based in fighting and clawing and scratching and being hard and cutthroat. It is where we go to hunt. It is where we go to procure resources, food, money. This is where we have to crush, kill, destroy other people, other men, in order to gain territory, gain resources, and gain things so that we can make our family safe, happy, and healthy. Now, this doesn't mean that women aren't able to do this at all. It doesn't mean that women can't be good at doing outside world things. But, ladies, how you're built is not really conducive naturally to function that well in the outside world. Many of the clients I've dealt with over the years, whether that's on the financial tip or in just counseling and relationships, a lot of the women don't like how hard the outside world either is or how hard they have to be in order to stay and thrive within it. Meaning, they don't like the fact that they have to fight for a promotion. That is something I've helped many of y'all ladies. I've helped you to learn how to fight to get raises and promotions, and the battle and the moving and the chess moves and all the different things you have to do in order to get a promotion. And I'm telling you, many of you ladies, the ones I've counseled over the years in person and things like that, they don't like it. Y'all hate this. You think it's useless. You're like, why is it like that? Why can't it be nicer? It's the outside world. It doesn't mean you can't do it, ladies. It just means that, one, you generally don't like doing it, and two, even if you kind of like it, after a while, you tap out. You're like, I'm done. Now, the misconception here, though, ladies, is that this is where true power lies, where you think, and society has told you that true power lies in the outside world, that if you're not working a job, if you're not making a certain amount of money, if you don't have a certain degree or a certain level of a career, that it means nothing and you mean nothing. No, that's not how it goes. Not for you. For a man, kinda. But it still doesn't mean that that's the seat of all power in terms of humanity on a whole. It's not that simple. It's not that this is the only thing that can get you power. And that misconception can lead you to trying to run the outside world and get caught up in things and ways and mental states and lots of different things that just make it hard for you to even continue to have a relationship with a man. But we have other worlds to consider. Let's get to the next one. The inside world is when you're dealing with people within the four walls of a home. So that's friends, family, relationships, your significant other, this is where it's about love and caring, and it's ruled by women. Now again, this just means through nature and nurture that women are predisposed to be good at this. That women have the ability to have way more deeper conversations easily and more regularly than men do. That you can more easily tap into how you feel and explain what that is. Even me, who's a learned man who has got a ridiculous vocabulary, which I'm not displaying right now, but the fact is, I know words. Even me, I have a hard time sometimes explaining how I truly feel deep down, even though I've studied it my entire life. So an average dude who doesn't have that skill is gonna even have a harder time expressing his feelings. Now, you ladies, not only is it something that it's more readily available to you as far as how you talk and how you can express your feelings, but you already like and seek out creating relationships and creating situations where you've got groups of friends, you go to the bathroom in groups, you move in herds, you guys operate in this collective unity thing. And that is what you need in order to facilitate things like loving and caring, happy homes and stuff like that. Things that we like and we need you for that, but it's kind of a foreign concept to us. We can still do it, don't get me wrong. It's not like men don't have caring, it's not like we don't have feelings. In fact, we have so much with the feelings, we don't know what to do with it. But that's where you come in. Y'all know exactly what to do with it. That's why we need you. Now, the current misconception is that this area, that this world, is not important and that there's no real power here. Are you kidding me? Ladies, do you understand? I've said in other videos, but I'm going to say it right here. The amount of power you wield in a relationship is ridiculous. Y'all got us on lock. If you get a man feeling for you, you got the loving and the caring, and you created a home for him, homie, you got this dude by the balls. What you talking about? You don't have to run a company if you run the man who runs the company. So the verdict, what's the truth about who's really running what? What's more important? Well, you should have guessed that by the title of this channel, homie. That's right. They are balanced in weight. They're balanced in their level of importance, both worlds. The outside world allows you to survive, live, and thrive. Now the inside world allows you to live for contentment, true joy, and family love. So the outside world is what gets you there, the inside world is what you're living for. So yeah, we need both. When the worlds collide, magic happens. The two working together in tandem is how we live successful and fulfilling lives. You need the other side. You need the other person who's predisposed to be better at the other thing. Because, yeah, could you do it on your own? You could. It's not going to be as good. It's not going to be as easy. Trying to do things on the left and the right at the same time, you can't do it at the same time. You have to go back and forth. It's just ridiculous. So allow the magic to happen. That's how you get the success. One of the reasons this channel exists is because I kept seeing over and over and over again many of my clients that were at the end of their life, towards the last few years they had, they cherished their families more than the money they made. That was their number one thing. But, especially my financial clients, if they didn't have the money to live to the end of their life, if they got no money, if they conquered no mountains, if they did none of that, they wouldn't have made it to the point where they could still be around. You need both. We all need both sides. But between the two, especially right now, with the misconception about how the inside world means nothing, between the two, those clients at the end of their life, again, repeated, it was 100% of the clients. all of them felt this way. All of them felt like the family they either had or the ones that they never made. That was the saddest. That family was more important than the money they made. So, I'm not saying that the inside world is more important. I'm just saying you need the outside world to get you the inside world, but you need that inside world to live for. They're both equally important, but between the two at the end, you want someone to love you. So yeah, respect your person, respect what they do, respect the fact that they have that other world that they're predisposed to be better at. Respect their insight about that world. Doesn't mean you can't contribute, doesn't mean that you're not good at all. It just means the differences, when the world collide, they matter. And yes, it's going to be difficult. It's going to require some work. It's not the same as when you first got with them. But remember, acquisition is elementary, but retention is hard. Now that's the end of today's lesson. Now, today's lesson is mostly free, but you gotta pay a small fee in the form of a thumb. Whether up or down, doesn't matter. Just let a brother know whether you love it or hate it. Now we are a new channel. We're trying to reach 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you found value in this, make sure you subscribe. Share it with everybody. Share it with somebody who needs to hear this message. Slide the video to a friend. Now you know you love these lessons. Where else you gonna hear all these juicy tidbits, gold bars of knowledge being dropped on you? Nobody does it like us. So yeah, you can try some other people out, go ahead, but you gonna come right back here? You ain't really trying to leave. Where you gonna go?
Where you going? Nowhere.
So go ahead and click on another video, get some more learning in. Till next time, deuce deuce.